one of the many, many books that I'm reading at the minute. It's called The Lean Farm, and it's really about adapting Japanese manufacturing principles to running a more efficient small farm where things, aren't as much work and you can really produce a lot with a little bit of input. Part of that is dealing with the mess and really making sure that things are streamlined and working for you. Now, we don't do that well, I gotta be honest. You can see behind me, so much mess. And part of it is that we're not tidy people, and part of it is this desire constantly to save things because they might be useful one day. Case in point. These are training wheels that we took off of, I think, Theo's bike. He was the last one to learn to ride a bike. And we saved them because I want to use them for a chicken tractor this year. But he learned to ride a bike 3 years ago. I'm still gonna save them because this is the year of the chicken tractor. But it just kind of, these types of things accumulate over the course of a farm, and yeah, we end up with way too much stuff. So here's another case in point. Here are loads of seeds that I couldn't find. I didn't know where they were, and I bought more turnips this year. Look, I even have some pickling cucumbers. I didn't even touch this packet last year. Chinese chives, more perpetual spinach, which is always a favorite. Things that I have bought time and again because I didn't know where they were. Dill, I love dill. Can you see behind me? Much better. It's not perfect. There's still the other half of the workshop to do, where we keep all of our bee equipment as well as storing some camping stuff for our neighbors, as well as a pile of stuff that someone who used to work for us left. But it's getting there. And now it means that I've got space behind me to do some seed starting. So now that I have some space, I can work on my early spring planting. Not a lot. I mean, I'm not doing a ton today. All right, so I'm going to show you some of the things that I'm seeding at the minute. First up, I've got some onion seeds. Onions need a really long time to develop bulbs, so my favorite way of doing it is to start with seeds about this time of year. They need heat to germinate, but then they can go in one of the cold frames that we have outside, or even in here in an unheated greenhouse, and they just kind of grow away during the cold weather. They need cold in order to produce bulbs, so yeah, that's a good one. And then I'm starting a bunch of chilies. I always buy most of our seeds from Real Seeds. They're a fantastic gardening seed producer down in Wales. I also really like Vital Seeds. They're newer and really great, really heritage organic seeds. I do 100% find that the higher quality seeds that you buy, the better plants that you get. Without a doubt, when we buy, just like Thompson & Morgan seeds or something from the garden center, the plants aren't often as healthy. So yeah, I highly recommend Real Seeds. So I've got some lemon drop peppers, some other yellow peppers, some jalapenos, and just some long red chili peppers. I really like spicy food, and we make our own hot sauce, so I'm hoping that this year will be the year of homegrown hot sauce. But we'll see. And then I'm also going to throw some kale in because you can never have too much kale, and once it germinates, again, I'll be able to kind of stick it in a polytunnel somewhere once the polytunnel is done, which it's not, but that's a vlog for another day. We use this wool compost from Dalefoot Compost. It's down in the Lake District, and the compost is made from wool as well as bracken, which is a type of fern that is very, very prolific here in the UK. And I love this compost. We actually are wholesalers, so if you're local and you want some, I'm the place to get it. And we also, I think we can ship it. Yeah, I don't know. I think we can ship it. So yeah, but anyway, that's not what I'm talking about. I love it so much because it is peat-free, really excellent quality. The biggest difference though I've noticed is the lack of watering that we have to do, because the wool really helps retain the water. I use the vegetable and salads compost for most things. That's what I'm going to sow some seeds in. They do sell a seed compost as well as a tomato compost and a bunch of others, but yeah, I really like this for sowing pretty much everything. So that's what I'm going to use today to sow some of my winter seeds. For starting most seeds, the thing that I use, I find most helpful, is just one of these sort of plastic boxes that you can get from, I don't know, anywhere. And it helps keep the moisture in, the humidity right. And what I do is I just make a little hole in it. This one kind of broke, but you get the idea. And then I stick a seed mat. This is a heated seed mat in the bottom, which is the lid, and stick the cord out through that. And then what I do is I'm going to bring that inside and set my seeds, my seed tray in the box. And what that does is it keeps the temperature nice and warm, keeps the humidity even, and creates ideal temperatures for germination without costing much money at all. A mix of things going to the dump, to the recycling center, to a donation, all of that. So I've obviously not lean farmed this bit, but I had to run out to get a box cutter for something that I'm doing, and the gate was left a tiny bit open for not even a minute. Chickens are jerks. Come on, chicken. Come on, chew. I usually post the chickens out through the door flap when they get in here. This is a meat bird, and she's stuck. Go, go. Good girl. I found so many things, like drill bits. I cannot tell you, I can tell you how many times I've bought drill bits in the last few months. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 sets of drill bits, but I didn't need them because I found the original set. Things like that. Seeds, livestock waterers, I've got some heat lamps for chicks, lots of things that just by tidying means I don't need to buy again. So yeah, now to do the rest of the farm. Small steps, that's the plan.